Hi everyone, it's Mary at Needle Sharp again, and I'm here to share our jumpsuit boxes. Our jumpsuit boxes are available through this Saturday. It's coming up fast. And so I wanted to take a moment and show you the different fabrics that we have. It's not quite an unboxing, but it's more to give you an idea of the fabrics and show you them in motion so you can get a better picture of what you're choosing from if you didn't get our swatches. First up, we have our So Fearless box, and that features the olive jumpsuit from Untitled Thoughts. That's a great jumpsuit and very easy to fit, which is perfect for the So Fearless because that's designed for confident beginners. It has a strappy camisole-like top, so kind of loose through the bust, and then an elasticized waist. And you can choose from a low back or a high back depending on if you feel comfortable wearing a bra with it or not. And then just a very simple loose pant connected to it. For that one, you get to choose kind of a variety of fabrics on the lighter side, so it's great for spring and summer. And the first one we chose was this beautiful Dolly rayon poplin, and it has this wonderfully muted fern print. It has like little peach in there and the light green, the sage green, not your like really bold tropical print, but kind of softer tropical print that's great for a vacation outfit especially. Second up, we have our Brussels washer linen in a classic chambray wash. It's a yarn dye, so you have navy blue and white yarn or threads creating this wonderfully modeled texture and visual, and it's got viscose in the linen with the linen, so it has a wonderful drape that will work really well for the camisole and the loose pant, and it'll just be, you know, a classic denim look without having to actually use denim. And finally in the box we have a double gauze. This was inspired by an actual Instagram post from another, I don't remember the person who posted it, but it was a completely gauze olive jumpsuit, and I was like, oh my god, I have to make that. So it's in this rust marigold deep orange color, very earthy, and great for, you know, people who like to wear orange tones, red tones, the autumns of the world. And it's super light, it's a cotton, and it has the classic crinkly gauze texture and just wonderfully soft. It'll be like wearing a baby blanket around in your jumpsuit. Next up we have our So Confident box. In that one we're using a new pattern maker for us, Pauline Alice, which is based out of Europe, and she has this jumpsuit that looks almost like a suit. It's a little bit more structured than the Olive's jumpsuit, so it's great if you want to, you know, have something suitable for work or something just with a little more suitable to go to the office or to go someplace fancier than vacation. And for that, we've given you 3 different options to express what you want. The first is this linen viscose. It's a completely different texture than the Brussels washer linen because it has a lot more viscose in it than linen. And it's in this beautiful mustard ochre color, and it has a slub weave to it, so there's a little bit of texture and this really soft drape and matte texture, matte appearance to it. Next up, my favorite of this box is this tropical print linen, and it has different flowers on it. It's very much like an aloha shirt from Hawaii, with chrysanthemums and lotus and all different colors. There's teal or turquoise, red, pink, violet, white. I think that's all the colors, and it combines into different flowers. And it's a very classic linen with the open weave, so a little bit more texture to it, but a nice soft drape, and it'll especially soften up as you wash it. And finally, if you're looking for more of a suiting appropriate outfit, something that you want to wear at work, we have this dark gray melange suiting. Melange just means that it has a little bit of heathered look to it, so it's not quite a solid color. It's a little, you know, speckled, I guess, and it's 100% polyester, but don't be afraid of polyester. It's not the polyester of the 70s. It's a really soft drape and perfect if you want to create an outfit that you can wear to work all summer, or if you want something that you can layer over a bright color, if you have this classic dark gray color. Okay, we did something a little bit different for the next two boxes. Our So Curvy box and our So Indulgent box are the same pattern, the Zadie jumpsuit from Paper Theory. And if you spend any time on sewing Instagram, you've seen this outfit. It's a cross front, no fiddly openings, just a cross front tie around the waist, and just a very easy to fit, classic drop shoulder jumpsuit. It's kind of what inspired this entire theme for this month. And with the two, we're offering it in both boxes, but with different blocks, because it has two different blocks for its pattern, one from size 6 to size 20, and the other from size 16 to size 28. So we're offering size 16 to 28 in our So Curvy box, and size 6 to 20 in our So Indulgent box. But that doesn't mean that if you fall in love with the fabric, you can't email us and tell us that you really want a smaller block or a larger block and you want this fabric. I'm just gonna give you all the fabrics that are available, and then you can decide which one you like your favorite and let us know what size you want. First up, we have just a classic, it's a poly viscose crepe, and it has the nubbly texture of crepe, but it's a heavyweight, it's a double crepe, so it has a lot of body to it and will drape really nicely without feeling like you're wearing something super sheer. So this is available in our So Curvy box, and we make just a very classic wear with everything little black jumpsuit, as I'm calling them. I think I was calling them PB&J, the perfect black jumpsuit. So that's what you would get with this double crepe. Next up, we have this delicious fabric. I love this fabric so much, and every time I see it, I'm thinking I want to make a jumpsuit in this one, and then I go on to the next fabric and think I want to make a jumpsuit in this one. So it's this Cupro Bengaline, and I think that's how you pronounce it. I've never actually pronounced Bengaline out loud. I just read it. But it has a straight rib to it. If you can see right across, it has almost like a whale without having any nap to it. So it's not like you have to treat it like a corduroy, but it has that sort of texture and look to it. And this sort of sand-washed silk appearance, kind of dusty, even more so than just a matte finish. But it has this wonderful drape and a lot of body to it because it's Cupro, and that's a form of viscose or tencel, kind of a man-made sustainable fabric. And so it has this great color and texture and will be a wonderful jumpsuit, especially if you love green, which I do. And finally, I was inspired by Style So Me, I think, on Instagram, and she created a Zadie jumpsuit that had one panel all one color and then some border print on the sleeves, and I couldn't get that out of my head, so I had to do a border print for the Zadie jumpsuit. And I found this embroidered border print. So it's a blue chambray with an actual embroidered texture on top, and it's a border print, so you can see it disappears into just the classic chambray. So you can make the pants and the bodice out of the chambray and just use the border on the sleeves, or you can use an entire panel for one of the crosses, or use it on the bottom of your pants if you want to add sort of a fun element there. But it's as if you took personal time to embroider, chain stitch, if you want to get really technical about it, to embroider all of your Zadie jumpsuit, but all you have to do is cut it out and pretend that you did. And next up we have our So Indulgent box. That one, it gets a little more complicated because two of our fabrics are currently stuck in customs because of the coronavirus. They're waiting for inspection, so they haven't been shipped to us yet. But we do have 1.5 to show you. We don't have our emerald green linen or the linen print color block, but we have the bottom of that color block. And that is this kind of, I don't know what you would call it. It's not quite a navy, it's a little bit lighter than a navy, maybe like a Prussian blue. No, it's not that bright. The art people would just get really mad at me for saying that. But it's a Cupro viscose blend, a twill, and it's got a similar texture to, or a similar feel to the emerald bengaline, but instead of straight lines across that are parallel or perpendicular to the selvage, it's got a twill print, so it's diagonal to the selvage. A twill weave, that is. So this would be on the bottom. We're giving you enough that you could make an entire jumpsuit out of it. So we're giving you 3 yards of this and 1 yard of the linen for the top if you want a color block. And this does perfectly match the linen, the dark blues in the linen, so you don't have to worry about that. And then finally we have this black and white tartan. It's a really interesting texture, which is why I chose it. You know, you think of just a black tartan that, like, okay, that's fine, but it's got a nice loft to it, and a really soft hand. It's almost like a little bit of a blanket. So especially when it's washed up. This is unwashed, so it'll soften up even more when you wash it, and it has a little bit of structure to it, so it's got drape, but will be a little more structured to the front, and great for, you know, work or for something that you need to be a little bit more dressed up for. And we're giving you a bit extra so that you can have enough to match the pattern for your fabric, because with a plaid you have to worry about matching the lines on the side and on the front. So this is our fabric, our last fabric for the Sew Indulgent box. And those are all our choices. If you have any questions about them, you can always email us. And if you fall in love with one and want a different size block, depending on the sew curve or the Sew Indulgent, again, email us. So until next Monday, I'm Mary, and this is our Needle Sharp channel. Have a great week.